Welcome to the Paranormal Highway. Just right around the corner on the Paranormal Highway, I guess Christmas is coming, right? And there's legends. It- I had audio on my fault. There's legends. There's the legend of Santa Claus, a grown man with a beard who somehow sneaks into people's houses, making sure that kids sleep, eat cookies and milk. Sounds kind of weird. But then there's Krampus, who eats kids. I mean, you got Santa Claus, you got Krampus, you got the good, you got the evil. So the question is for the show is, who do you identify with? Do you seem like you're more Santa Claus, or are you more like Krampus? I want to know what you guys identify with, and we're going to talk about some things that are going on. Clear some things, just because there's some things that I just don't care for. So I got one of my older intros that I tried to put snow in it when I was trying to get. I tried to pretend that I knew what I was doing with some special effects and videos, but it is one of my older intros. I tried to put snow in it, and I think it matches. Right, it matches Christmas all the way. So kick back, go get some popcorn, go get some drinks, get some whatever you got to do, because let's just come here and have a good time, right? Is that so hard to say? Let's have a good time. All right, I'll see you guys after the intro. If I can actually get the mouse over there and put it on it. So I'll see you when I get back. All right. I was trying to add some snow back in the day with some videos. It's not that it wasn't that good of an intro. So, but the closest thing I have to Christmas, what it is. All right, people. I hope we're all having a good Christmas. I see that George Armstrong says Krampus and Saint Nicholas are both on December 5th. Identify with both there, the good and evil. Yeah, apparently there's a lot of good and there's a lot of evil out there, right? A lot of evil. All right, have an awesome live UFO show. SFO, 16 hours flight, 2 weeks, Quezon City, many Philippines, islands where I was born. Wow, that sounds fun. Danny saying Merry Christmas to you all. That sounds fun. That's man, 2023 has been, the year's not over yet. We're not even close to New Year's, but 2023 for me has been the most strangest. I don't know, good or bad. There's some good things about 2023, and there's a lot of bad things about 2023. When I look back in 2023, I had to get a leg surgery, cancer removed, skin cancer removed. There was just a lot of, a lot of stuff and a lot of good things, headaches, and it's And I'm sitting there thinking, what is 2024 going to be like? What is 2024? And wow, 2023 is not even over yet. And my God, there's already been a hell of a lot of fireworks out there. So I don't even know what the answers are to this stuff. You know, but 2023 has been a weird year, and there's so many things that I feel bad I haven't got to. I I still haven't gotten the certain footage I need to get Bigfoot on now. I was gonna do it today. I wanted to get a haircut. I wanted this to kind of heal up because it was nasty looking. That's where the cancer was, and I wanted to get removed. But Santa Claus is basically, yeah, it is one of the first cryptids. Really, I mean, one of the first magical type person, right? I mean, it's interesting, Krampus. I actually got a video of an explanation, what is Krampus. And the video that I have is a person from a foreign country explaining Krampus. And like I said, I don't look for videos that have the top-notch speakers and stuff. I just look for videos that have the knowledge that we need. So, and again, I apologize. I apologize. I wanted to get a haircut, and it's just on top of here, it's still numb from the surgery thing. So I wanted to look good for the special footage I want to record. And every day I look at my hair in the thing, and it's like, man, I want to look cool. I'm not gonna tell anybody what I'm doing, but but I am gonna do it today. This is my new space, and I try to fix the lighting, and looks like that the lighting is good. That, but 2023, what a year! What a year! I mean, it's been such a weird year. It's just it's so hard for me to explain everything, and I'm still going through some stuff right now it's just crazy. But here, let's get back. Krampus. Here's a video that I had. I showed this long time ago on an explanation of what is Krampus. So here we go.
His body is covered in coarse fur, and he looks like a goat crossed.
Oh, sorry about that. Here.
They say he comes on the evening of December 5th, a night they call Krampusnacht, armed with a bundle of golden painted bird sticks to beat naughty children with. You can usually hear him coming. The soft steps.
Well, the good news is December 5th is over with, but who knows if maybe they got the date wrong. Maybe Krampus, maybe he really wasn't the 5th, so maybe we gotta be careful. Maybe it's the 25th, so we gotta be careful. Let's hear more Krampus.
Of one bare human foot alternate with the clip-clop of his cloven hoof. His name is Krampus, and he's the terror of Australia and the Alpine region. Though legends about his looks change from region to region, some things stay consistent. Krampus is said to have pointed devilish horns and a long snake-like tongue. His body is covered in coarse fur, and he looks like a goat crossed with a demon. His body and arms are strung with chains and bells, and he carries a large sack, or occasionally a basket, on his back to cart off evil children. It is believed that the long-horned, shaggy, goat-like monster with a long, angry face would visit the home of misbehaving children to punish them. It was believed he...
Isn't it technically... aren't all kids misbehave? I mean, really, right? Aren't all kids misbehave? I mean, are there any... Are they any good? Honest, I guess there is. But I mean, what I mean is we've all done things that could be questioned during the year that could be considered getting a cold or saying you're a good kid versus a bad kid. So technically, almost every kid in a way can be visited by Krampus. Hopefully not. I don't know, but sure. But I'm sure all kids have done something that can deserve seeing Krampus.
He would give beatings and kidnap children, bringing them down to his underground lair to live for a year. According to centuries-old legends, if a child misbehaved, Saint Nicholas, in his omniscience, would know and send his associate Krampus. It was said that his dark partner with a serpentine tail would turn up to the house during the Christmas season to punish the wicked child. He would beat him with a bundle of bird sticks, whip him with horsehair, and throw him into a sack or wicker basket to take him down to hell for a year. On Krampus night, or Krampusnacht, the eve of December 5th, German children took care not to attract the attention of the intimidating beast, in hopes that Saint Nicholas would bring presents on Nickelstag, December 6th. Krampus comes to town the night before the feast of Saint Nicholas and makes the rounds of all the houses to mete out punishment to the naughty children. If you are lucky, you might get a swat with a birch branch. If you're not,
I gotta pause it for a second. Dr. Wu will be in my area this weekend. Just letting everybody know. He is going to be here this weekend. And we're going to go revisit the Devil's Hand. Anybody knows my channel? I have a video called The Devil's Hand. And maybe during this, maybe after the show, I'll re-show the video if you haven't seen the video about the Devil's Hand. And we're going to do some film footage there to see. Listen, I know a lot of you don't know the Devil's Hand, the story of the Devil's Hand. I know, because every town has their folklore, but I swear to God, people, I swear to God, since I've been playing there, I'm not joking. Since I've been playing at the Devil's Hand, I mean, there's been a lot of bad stuff that's been happening right now. I mean, there's some stuff that I think a lot of you will be shocked at what's going on behind the scenes that I've been going through. And I'm not saying the Devil's Hand has anything to do with it or not, but God, skin cancer, and I am having some major issues with the insurance company. I mean, it's just like Krampus has been here for me. So I'm saying 2023 has been such a year that, man, if I tell you guys some places I had to go to, I think you guys would be shocked. And maybe, I don't know, maybe not be shocked, but I really feel like that I have been visited by Krampus at the Devil's Hand. I mean, really, you guys will be shocked. You guys will be shocked. I'll say that. I'll say that.
you'll wind up in the basket. After that, your fate is anyone's guess. The legend suggests that you might be eaten as a snack, drowned in a river, or dropped off in hell, stuffed into Krampus' sack, and hauled off to his lair to be tortured or eaten. Today, Krampus has his own celebration on the day before the feast of Saint Nicholas. In the Alpine region, every evening on December 5th, elegantly dressed Saint Nics pair up with monstrously outfitted Krampuses and make the rounds of homes and businesses, offering gifts and playful threats. But the best part is the city-wide celebrations where people dress up as Krampus and run throughout the city. The activity is especially popular among young men who chase friends and passerby through the street with bird sticks. Shockingly, Krampus's roots have nothing to do with Christmas. Instead, they date back to the pre-Germanic paganism in the region. His name originates with the German Krampen, which means claw, and tradition has it that he is the son of the Norse god of the underworld, Hel. During the 12th century, the Catholic Church attempted to banish Krampus celebrations because of his resemblance to the devil. The legend of Krampus isn't in fear of dying out, as it is in fact gaining in popularity. It is good to remember that Krampus, while appearing to be a demon, is not the anti-Santa, however. Since ancient times, he has worked alongside Santa to ensure that people had respect, behaved, and were good enough to each other. What better holiday sentiment can there be? Happy holidays, everyone. Hope you have a great and warm Christmas and an amazing New Year.
All right, people. Before we move forward with some of the videos that I've made, let's let the cat out of the bag for a second. I've been seeing chats. I've been seeing chats on different channels. I've been seeing chats, and this timeout stuff, this timeout banning stuff is driving me fucking crazy. It truly is driving me fucking crazy. Whatever beef people have with other beef, just keep your beefs with everybody else. I don't care for other people's beefs. I have removed a lot of wrenches because the wrenches has been nothing but just evil. I mean, it's just been evil, and I've removed a lot, and I'm and there's some people that I saw that had wrenches that I didn't even remember even giving them wrenches. There's a person named Mandy that had a wrench, and this Mandy person was timing out people. Not timing out, was blocking people. And I don't even know who Mandy is. I don't even know who Mandy is. This Mandy person has been timing out people. And, I think I'm going to make a cut and dry decision this weekend. I think I'm going to I don't know, just like remove all wrenches, get rid of them all. Maybe just let my brother have it. Let my brother control the chat because the blue wrenches has been nothing but a headache. Nothing but a headache. I've seen good shows that had to pause because people are talking about being banned and stuff. Get people. Christmas is right around the corner. Let's love each other. Listen, I'm serious. Let's all love each other. If anybody's in the chat listening to me right now, if anybody cares to listen, it's bad enough that society outside of here, outside this community, thinks we're all crazy. That's a fact. Society thinks we're nuts to think Bigfoot's real, which they are. Thinks UFO's real, which they are. Paranormal's real. Society thinks we're crazy. So it's bad enough that we're trying to have great conversations to maybe not try to convince people that things are real. That the idea of my channel is to have an open mind. Right? To have an open mind. Then they see people fighting within the community and then they bring it to other shows. Just don't do that. Let's just love each other. We're all cool. I think what I'm gonna do this weekend is everybody that's I have a lot of people that's banned. I didn't even know they were banned. I looked last night. I have a good friend of mine said, Eric, check your banning stuff. And I checked, and I think what I'm gonna do this weekend, I'm gonna do what I call a reset. And this is nothing against any one of you people at all. I think I'm going to release everybody who I have banned, remove all blue wrenches. I'll just give it to my brother, Bob. I'll just give it to Bob. Actually, I want to give it to Bob and Dina P. A woman and a man. A woman and a man. Just blue wrenches. And then Bob knows the people that are doing bad things. I'll just let Bob and Dina P do that for me. A man and a woman. So nobody can say I'm sexist. You know what I mean? Because seriously, I just want everybody to get along. Right? I just want everybody to get along because it's bad enough to trying to convince society to have an open mind, and then when they come to one of our shows, my show, or a Bigfoot Michigan Rob show, Jessica Jones show, Dr. Wu's show, Cosmic Neighbors, these good channels. I mean, there's a lot of channels out there, a lot of channels, right? There's a lot of channels, and then they come to check out a channel. Here I am trying to convince people, hey, have an open mind. All right. And then and then they go into a channel and see inner fighting. I mean, you know what I mean? It does nobody any good. So Let's get rid of all the Krampus. Krampus, I don't know. And let's all be Santa Claus. You know what I mean? Let's just and listen, if some of you done some bad things, that was yesterday. Today, tonight, tomorrow is a whole new chapter. You know what I mean? Clear slate. Just give everybody a clear slate. Let's just get along. All right? Because hate, especially within a community, truly does nobody any good. Any good. It truly doesn't. Now, you guys heard me mention that Dr. Wu is going to be up here this weekend and stuff. And you heard me mention that one of the places we're going to go visit is Mr. Han. Mr. Han. Evil's hand. I somebody must took offense what I'm saying. Some people just unsubscribe my channel just for telling people to love each other. To well, you know, I guess some people can't accept that they should love each other. It's good. If I can't help people. I can't help you. You want to unsubscribe? Then I don't want you here. Let's just all be good people. Let's all be good. As right now, right here, right now, let's all be good. Right? Right? There is a science study that they say if you smile, if you force yourself to smile, that you actually start feeling better. So maybe we should start trying that. All right. My brother is coming up this weekend, and you guys heard me mention the Devil's Hand. If you haven't watched this video that I put together called the Devil's Hand, let me play it for you, and I'll tell you some of the things that Bob and I are going to do here. So let me get this up. All right, and it's on my channel called the Devil's Hand. The Devil's Hand, the Legend of the Satan Spawn. Now, this is a folklore story that's in our neighborhood, in our area. And I guarantee there are folklore stories all around everybody's towns. On everybody's towns. Everybody has a folklore. Go find them. Because some of these folklore stories are so intriguing. This is called The Devil's Hand. Let's check it out.
Our story begins in the summer of 1947, known for the infamous Maury Island UFO incident. This was the first major UFO sighting in the United States. And it didn't just leave the witnesses in awe, but it also left a lasting physical mark on the landscape of Normandy Park. There's a tree, a peculiar one, that stands in the park. Locals claim that this tree was exposed to the radiation from the UFO, causing it to grow in a bizarre and unnerving manner. Its branches, unnaturally elongated and twisted, resemble the gnarled fingers of a hand reaching out for something, or as some believe, someone. But this isn't just a story about a grotesque tree. The tale takes a sinister turn with the introduction of Sikla, the devil. Legend has it that the radiation-infused tree is not just a tree, but rather a portal to hell itself. And from this portal, Sikla is said to emerge, intent on possessing the weak and defenseless. For years, this tale remained just that. A tale whispered among the locals, that is, until a certain individual's encounter with the tree. This individual was none other than Gary Ridgway, known as the Green River Killer. As the story goes, Ridgway was walking through the park one fateful day
All right, hold on one
when he was
second.
stopped in his tracks by the sight of the tree. Witnesses recount him standing.
I honestly don't know who the hell this person freaking is. I truly don't. I don't even know how this person I even gave a wrench to. I don't even know. I truly don't know who this person is. And you know what? You're gone. Hold on. Hold on. This person doesn't even have a wrench. Oh, I took it away. I took it away. I took it away. I'm not. I don't know. Weird day.
there staring at the tree before breaking out into maniacal laughter and fleeing the scene. Not long after this encounter, Ridgway embarked on his horrifying killing spree. Locals were convinced that Sikla had possessed him at that moment in the park, triggering his monstrous acts. The tree, once a mere curiosity, was now feared, its vicinity avoided by all. The legend of Sikla the Devil, birthed from a UFO incident and fueled by a serial killer's rampage, continues to cast a long, terrifying shadow over Normandy Park, Washington. As to how long the supposed portal to hell will remain open is anyone's guess. But one thing is certain. The story of the Devil's Hand is a chilling reminder of the thin line between the normal and the paranormal, the explainable and the inexplicable.
So that's the Devil's Hand. All right. So I'm trying to I wasn't even gonna do anything on the Devil's Hand today, but I saw Bob in there, and one of the goals we want to do some filming there, and I'm trying to show you guys a picture of the real Devil's Hand. I have Devil's Hand. Let me see here. Is this where is it? Oh. Okay, hold on a second. I have a picture. Preparing to move what? Okay, hold on a second. All right. Actually, hold on a second. I'm so sorry. I think I have a Give me a second. I made a short. I made a couple shorts on it. So let me go to the short, so you guys kind of get a visual of. I almost forgot. I am so unprepared. Oh, here we go. Give me a second. All right, here we go. Let me pull this up. I want to show you guys a live, kind of give you a vision of what this Devil's Hand looks like. Here we go. There we go. It's on my channel. Here we go. The host of the Paranormal Highway. Here I'm about to show you is to consider this spot the Devil's Hand. They say that when the Mary Island ships went over, that these trees, because the radiation actually went towards that way. Do I believe that? Well, I guess in this world anything's possible, right? And they say that if you stay here long enough in that little spot, you can port. You can transform into somewhere else. I don't know. I'm standing here at the moment. If you're watching me, it's not working, but it doesn't mean it's not real. They say the Devil's Hand is a portal. Maybe you got to be at a certain time. I don't know. But, on the Paranormal Highway, that's what we're here for. We're here to investigate, to look at everything. All right. So, and what I'm thinking of doing there is, I'm thinking about we have a person who's going to film. I got a camera person. And this camera person just got out of the military, so it's a military person. Maybe we'll put the ghost box that was given to me by Purgatory of New York, Paranormal New York, and maybe we'll do a Ouija board session. I think that'd be cool. Do a Ouija board session on there, right? With Bob, I mean, listen. Honestly, if you're a good spirit, a bad spirit, if that place is really haunted by a demon, wouldn't you think that a good demon or a bad demon would want to at least talk to Bob and I? I mean, listen, you got the good, you got the evil right there, right? Bob will be Krampus, I'll be Santa, So I would think, I think that'd be cool. We'll do a radio session, and we'll do, of course, EVP there. and maybe we'll sit there in Devil's Hand, and maybe we'll try to do a Ouija board to see if we can actually talk to it. I think that'd be cool. And you know what? There is internet there. Maybe we'll do a live show from there. That could be fun. That could be fun. You know, that could be fun. I mean, we could actually, I did a TikTok video from walking that trail there. So maybe we'll just do a live show directly from there, and you guys can see it with us to see if maybe we can get them to talk. I mean, who wouldn't want to talk to myself or Dr. Wu? Be careful. Be careful. Listen, since then, guys can get to remove. Since then, I mean, listen. The way things are going right now for me, I mean, if I'm being honest, I'm not in a great situation where what was going on right now. I mean, nothing like harmful. Well, who knows? And it seems like things weren't going that south until I start playing there. And don't get me, I'm not saying something there is doing something wrong, but my God, weird things have been happening. Who knows? Was it wrinkle foreskin, a fairy tale? Just be with good people, Eric. So you're not alone. Hey, listen, John P. Adventure. If you're there with Dr. Wu, you're with all the good people that you're with. And the camera person is an ex-military person. Now, I'm gonna show a video, the last story video that I just put out. And a lot of the videos I put out, the story ones, because these I don't do a live show. I try to put out a story video now for people. I actually do a lot. I put a lot of work at night putting those together for you, and I hope you guys like them. Then I put them on Reddit, and a lot of people got mad at me on Reddit. A lot of people got mad. And I'm going to show you the video if you haven't seen it. It's about Area 51, and I'm going to tell you guys why. Not on YouTube. Everybody's been cool on YouTube. Well, it's not like I get a lot of comments. I'm like the one channel that, for whatever reason, a lot of people don't like to leave comments. Some do, but a lot of people just don't like to leave me comments. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to leave myself a comment. But this is the video, and we're going to talk about it when we're done.
Conspiracy theories, making it one of the most enigmatic military...
Hold on a second.
Area 51, situated at Groom Lake in southern Nevada, has given rise to numerous conspiracy theories, making it one of the most enigmatic military facilities worldwide. This highly secretive US Air Force installation remains off-limits to the general public and is constantly monitored around the clock. Employees of Area 51 access the facility via aircraft, utilizing restricted terminals at McCarran International Airport. These unmarked planes are authorized to navigate the airspace above the facility. Furthermore, the installation's satellite imagery remained censored until 2018, further shrouding it in secrecy. Presently, Area 51 can be observed on Google Maps, providing a glimpse into its location. The sole confirmed purpose of this facility is for flight testing. During World War II, it served as an aerial gunnery range for the US Army Air Corps. In 1955, the CIA designated the area as a testing ground for the Lockheed U-2, an aircraft used for high-altitude reconnaissance. The testing was authorized by President Dwight D. Eisenhower and carried out under the codename Project Aquatone. Following the successful deployment of the U-2 in 1956, Area 51 became a hub for the development of various other aircraft, such as the A-12 reconnaissance plane, also known as Oxcart, and the stealth fighter F-117 Nighthawk. On June 25, 2013, the CIA granted approval for the release of declassified documents that documented the history of the U-2 and Oxcart programs. This decision was made in response to a Freedom of Information Act request. The release of these documents marked the first official acknowledgement by the US government regarding the existence of Area 51. However, since then, there has been limited additional information made available. In 1989, Robert Lazar, an individual who claimed to have worked on extraterrestrial technology within Area 51, emerged. Lazar disclosed to George Knapp, a television reporter from Las Vegas, that he had personally seen photographs of alien autopsies within the facility. Furthermore, he asserted that the US government utilized the site to examine recovered alien spacecraft. Despite Lazar's credibility being questioned, his assertions gave rise to numerous government conspiracy theories, many of which revolve around the existence of extraterrestrial life. According to the CIA, the majority of UFO sightings in the area can be attributed to test flights of the U-2 and subsequent military aircraft. There is no concrete evidence supporting the notion of extraterrestrial contact occurring at Area 51 or any other location.
All right. Now this video got me a lot of shit on Reddit because people were saying, Eric, I thought you're full. This is what people were saying. I got rid of them. I banned them. Not banned them, but I got rid of their comments because they were saying, Eric, why are you saying there's no aliens there? And I go, this is from an article. Listen, I want everybody to listen. In this story, it's basically saying that people are seeing UFOs as new kind of aircrafts are being developed and being tested from Area 51. All right? So you have to play all sides. You can't always automatically like Area 51, you got to do all aliens there. There are a lot of people saying that people are misseeing these spacecraft that they're actually created by the governments, by the military, and people are thinking they're UFOs. Listen, I had to play all sides. It's not about, I'm not trying to disprove aliens don't exist because I truly believe aliens do exist. Okay? They do exist. But what happens is a lot of people pin like Area 51 is the hub of all aliens. That's the centerpiece. Talk to my brother, Dr. Wu. Talk to anybody in the military. There's military bases all around the world. There's more military bases you don't even know. If you think that Area 51 at one time was the hub for all aliens, you got another thing coming. You got another thing coming. There are a lot of military bases. And listen, there's a lot of military bases that you know that that's in your town. You think nothing of it. You don't know where they're hiding all this stuff. Even on military bases, not all military people can go into every single building. There's restricted buildings everywhere that we can't even get in when we were in the military. That Bob himself, Dr. Wu himself, couldn't get into. So, this fixation that Area 51 is the hub of all aliens is just not true. It's just not true. Now, do I think that there was aliens there? I don't think there's any aliens there now, just because it's too publicized. But were there one time? I'm probably sure they were. I'm probably sure that almost every single military place has had stuff. You ever seen Conway? Driving on the freeway, and you see all these military trucks going from one base to another. How do you know they're not carrying something? You know, something that people aren't supposed to see. And the best thing to do is keep moving it around to different bases. I think we all get hooked on Area 51 so much. And if you are a true researcher, investigator, like Bob said himself. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this up. Hold on a second. I want to pull this up. And this actually came from Dr. Wu. And hold on. Actually, I think I have it on an iPad. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm trying to make a point here. Give me a second. Is it gone? All right. I don't know what happened to it. But you guys remember we did a show where we put, top 5 things that you have, we all of us together, you in the chat, we put together 5 things that you look for in a good investigator, good researcher. And number 2 on that list was the Bob came up with that you have to be willing to be a skeptic. You have to be willing to be a skeptic. So when I find these stories, a lot of people get mad because sometimes at the end of a story, there's a part of the story has a skeptic side to it. You got to hear both sides. You can't always want to hear what you want to hear. You got to hear all sides. Period. And when Dr. Wu came up with that one for number 2 on that list, there were 5 things, and I thought I had it written here. I don't know what maybe the devil's hand did something. You also have to be a skeptic. So a lot of people got mad because they think I was being a pure skeptic on that video. No, wasn't pure. The skeptics are saying that these UFOs that people think they're seeing are the aircrafts they're working on. And you know what? Maybe 80% of it's true. Maybe one of it wasn't. You know what I mean? I mean, if they're not there, we don't know, right? Area 51, there's so many military bases out there. You'd be surprised what's hidden behind those doors. Bob himself have seen some things at the Smithsonian that he wasn't supposed to be in. So you have to listen to the skeptic side, because otherwise you'll be a type of a researcher that I don't want to listen to, because you're a person that only believes their own story. You only believe in your own story, and that could be a problem. You have to be somewhat of a skeptic. So all those people who hate that video because the video is more of a skeptic side, then are you really truly a researcher yourself? I don't know. What's his other video?
Grush, a former Pentagon official.
All right. This was 2 videos ago. Area 51 is now redundant as a testing base. Yeah, I mean, that's what they have told us. I mean, Area 54 never reloads their vending machines. Listen, we assume to think we know what these bases do now because it's easy for anybody to put up a front. No, this is what we do here. Behind closed doors, we truly don't know what's going on. We truly don't know. Trust me. Trust me. You can take this with a grain of salt. Bob and I We still have a lot of friends that are still in the military. We have family members that are in the military. So I'll just tell you that what you think a certain base does could be just a front. There's a reason why not everybody can just get on a base. You got to be invited. You got to have the special permits, passes to get on a base. So let's listen to this video about the second video I did before this one, the David Grush one.
David Grush, a former Pentagon official, recently made headlines with his claims about the United States hiding evidence of alien technology and the bodies of crashed alien pilots from Congress.
Now, first of all, I will say this. What he's saying there, I mean, technically anybody can say that, right? Because we all know there's some secret stuff that not even myself, Bob's privileged to, that they do in the military. But that's not really that's nothing new what David said there. So is he lying about that? Not really. That's something everybody already knows, that there's stuff being tested and being done behind the scene. So technically, he's not lying there.
These allegations have garnered attention due to Grush's background as an intelligence officer working on the Department of Defense's UFO research wing.
And I love how if you want to make somebody, for people to take to say you know you want people to believe somebody's story, you always show a picture of them in uniform. Oh God, I wish I known this. I have a picture of Bob in his Navy outfit. You know what I mean? It's like when you show a picture of somebody in a military outfit. God, I wish I had mine. Oh, I wish. Here, hold on. Give me a second. This is I had to cover some things up, but that's me. Look at me, bald, shaved head. That's me with the shaved head in the military. In the military, shaved head and all that. So I look so. Sometimes I look at this picture, and it's on this card that says that I'm O positive. I don't know, but that's me when I was in the military. So let me tell you what Grush says there. Anybody can make that claim, so that's not a hard claim. So let's bring it back up. Hold on a second. How come I can't?
In a recent interview with News Nation, Grush elaborated on his claims and introduced some new ones, although he did not offer any supporting evidence. Here are the most intriguing allegations from his 40-minute segment.
And that's the same old story that, at the end of the day, no offense, what he's doing is no different than anybody else telling a story. And I'm not saying his story is wrong. Stories I have told is wrong. Stories Bob has told is wrong. Stories that anybody's told is wrong. Stories are 50-50. You either believe the person or you don't, because nobody has actual evidence. You know what I mean? And goddamn, it's so easy nowadays to fake evidence, even in the first place. It's crazy. So, again, I was actually I don't I don't know what channel you jumped on, and you were talking about, and you're being honest, and you're telling people that everything that I have seen now, and like I think you're mentioning like nobody really has any really true evidence to where you were second guessing yourself, like the aliens even really truly exist. Not maybe truly exist. We know there's out there in space, but been visiting us like the way we hear these stories, right? I don't know what channel you were saying that on, and you're so. I know what you're saying, and I know exactly what you're saying, Andy. That everything that comes out because of the UFO conferences and all that. Was it on John's? Okay. Okay. It was on John's Adventures channel. It was on John Adventures channel. Okay. Okay. Like you start to really, and I can't blame you for thinking that because it's yes, I was watching that, guys. I know sometimes I'm not always in the chat because I'm always on the road. I'm always driving, and a lot of times I'm not supposed to be driving. I'm not supposed to be driving and texting. So I would, and Andy makes a good point because I remember I did a show with Andy. I'm not going to mention the guy who we're interviewing because I'm not here to say a person is lying or not. And they talk about like super soldiers. It's almost that's where I kind of get lost sometimes when I hear it's sometimes things get a little bit too science fiction, right? Sometimes stories get way too science fiction. Oh, they're taking humans from Earth, they're putting on us on another planet, we're fighting their wars. It's like it gets a little bit too science fiction. And when you start hearing a bunch of people get a little science fiction, it makes you really question everybody. And I'm not saying people aren't being abducted. In my heart, I feel it's happening, but again, I can't honestly tell you it really has happened because I wasn't there. It's more of a gut feeling that you have to go with. You know, and I know it's kind of funny that, and then you guys notice on my channel, I've been putting a lot of stories because there's a lot of stories of men and women saying they slept with the aliens. And I put those stories out on my channel because they're kind of funny. That it's amazing of how many stories are out there, not just being abducted and being anal probed. I mean, that's more of a Dr. Wu's thing about being anal probed. I'm talking. I'm messing with you, but I'm talking about people actually claiming they're having hybrid babies. And I put those stories there because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of stories of men and women saying that they're having hybrid babies. You know, the funny thing is when I first did the sex stories about men having sex with aliens, and I think it was on Reddit. A couple of women say, "Oh yeah, a man would just screw anything out there, you know, aliens and all that. Us women are smarter," or something like that. It was in the Reddit chat, and I'm like, there's just as much as women's stories as men. So the next 3 videos, I did it on women claims of having hybrid babies. And then I get claimed for being a sexist for putting a woman's video. I'm like, dude, I just had men's videos and women's videos. I can't win. I truly cannot win. I put a man's video. I'm a chauvinist pig because I'm showing a man even a man gets to have sex with an alien. And then if I put a woman, they do the Me Too movement on me. I can't win. I can't win. But what I'm getting at is I can't blame Andy for thinking that not even abduction stories are real, because sometimes things can get too science fiction, right? And where's all the proof? Let's listen to more of this I put together.
Grush, a recipient of a college scholarship from the Air Force for studying physics, refrained from attributing the peculiar aircraft to extraterrestrial technology. He emphasized the lack of comprehensive data to determine their origin, stating, "We cannot definitively claim that they are originating from a specific location." Grush proposed an alternative explanation, suggesting that the concealed vehicles by the Pentagon could potentially originate from a distinct physical dimension, as described in the field of quantum mechanics. He further elaborated, "We are aware of the existence of additional dimensions resulting from high-energy particle collisions, among other factors, and there exists a theoretical framework to elucidate this phenomenon." He added, "It is plausible that these phenomena are not necessarily of extraterrestrial origin, but rather emanate from a higher dimensional physical space that may coexist within our own."
You know the funny thing about that part that David Grush is saying, and I'm not trying to give credit where credit is due, but I'm being honest here. Dr. Wu, Robert Wood, has been talking about, he had talked about that since he started doing YouTube back in 2018. I'm not saying that they went to Dr. Wu's channel and they heard him talk about it, but Bob himself, Dr. Wu himself, has talked about that a lot, way before David came on the market, way before Jeremy Corbell and all them. So that theory has always been there. So that's not. I've heard some people giving him credit. Wow, he's actually going there. People have gone there way before him. David Grudge is not new with that theory. Dr. Wu himself has talked about that theory way before these people. I'm just saying.
During the interview, Grush reiterated that he personally has not witnessed any evidence of non-human technology. However,
And of course, that's the main one. He technically hasn't witnessed, but he heard it. Listen, I'll tell you right now. Myself, Dr. Wu, and I'm sure a lot of you in the chat who've been in the military, and if you a lot of you have been in the military, thank you guys for your service, from a military person, knowing that sacrificing yourself for the good of the government to put you in places where we shouldn't be, but we're doing it because we signed up and we made that decision to go wherever they tell us to go. Right or wrong, we're just doing our job. But what I'm getting at, so thank you for that. I think that part gets missed, that we're just doing the job they're telling us to go. We have all heard things in the military. We've all heard these stories. Almost every single soldier, man and woman, has heard some kind of story like this. Everyone, not just an officer, an enlisted man, an E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, anybody in the military has heard some kind of story kind of like this. People working for their companies have certain stories. I mean, everybody has stories that we have heard from somewhere. So it's really nothing new. about secondhand information. And I'm not saying he's lying there either, because we have all heard stories. Being on a channel like this, going to other channels, what do? When we listen to interviews, we are listening to people's stories. So we have all heard secondhand stories, third-hand stories, fourth-hand stories. The fourth and fifth and sixth-hand stories are what we call folklore, mythology, stories that come down. So none of it's a lie. We have all heard stories.
He shared that intelligence officials with whom he has interacted as part of his involvement in the UFO task force have informed him of its existence. Grush asserted that the initial UFO incident he was briefed on involved a craft that had crashed in Italy in 1933. Allegedly, the Mussolini government had kept the vehicle hidden until the later stages of World War II. It was during this time that Pope Pius XIV discreetly communicated the existence of the object to the United States, which eventually acquired it in either 1944 or 1945. According to Grush, he has conversed with intelligence officials who have been informed about massive UFOs observed by the US military. He claimed many of them are of significant size, comparable to that of a football field. I distinctly recall interviewing these individuals and contemplating whether they were deceiving me, experiencing a mental breakdown, or if this was genuinely extraordinary but factual occurrences. I cannot provide a rational explanation for this phenomenon, as it cannot be attributed to natural occurrences such as swamp gas, St. Elmo's fire, or ball lightning. These are tangible and technological.
Hey guys, swamp gas is real. I know a lot of stories get poo-pooed because they're saying, they're blaming on swamp gas. What you're seeing in the sky came from swamp gas. There are a lot of sightings that are from swamp gas. And I get it. I know. It's easy to use swamp gas as an excuse for everything. But the truth of the matter is there are some things we see in the sky that are from swamp gas. So that's not really a far stretch. But there are a lot of people that will use swamp gas just to get, if something was real, oh, that was swamp gas. But I'm just letting you know that swamp gas and nature has done weird things to the sky that we think it's a UFO, that is from nature. I mean, that is true.
Advanced crafts that we have encountered up close and personal in certain instances. A defense contractor has been entrusted with a UFO by a secret UFO retrieval program that the government has not publicly acknowledged, according to Grush. While Grush...
Listen, again, there are a lot of programs in the military that are not for the public. There's a lot. So what he said there is not lying. It just makes it where his story is more real to the people that's willing to believe anything that's out there. So what he's saying, that's the thing. That, like, if you put him on a lie detector test, David Grush will probably pass a lie detector test easily. Because everything he's saying is not lying. You heard stories. We have all heard stories in the military. Right? I mean, we've all heard stories. So it's not like he's lying. We all heard these things. So if you put him a lie detector test, he'd probably pass it. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of secret departments in the military, in the governments, that you will never know about. And some of it's for good reasons. I'll tell you that right now. Some of the things that they can't say is, honestly, if you're in the public, you don't want to hear about it. You truly don't. I know we think we want to hear everything, but there are some things that needs to be kept a secret. I'll just tell you that.
Grush refrained from disclosing the specific companies and government entities involved.
Oh, my face! Oh, Purgatory, New York. Oh man, guys, she's fantastic. She has a fantastic channel. I love her. Purgatory, Place, New York. I mentioned earlier in the show, just letting you know, I don't know what timestamp I said this, that Bob's coming down this weekend and we're going to a place called the Devil's Hand. And I did mention that we're going to go out there with the radio that you built me. So we are going to go out there with a piece of equipment that you built for me. And actually, be honest with you guys, the radio that you know, she gave me a great price at cost. That was the only birthday present I got in 2023 that I bought myself from her. So technically, she was the only one that I got a birthday present from. It's true. You're the only one who technically got me a birthday present. You're all the way from New York. So I want to thank you for giving me a great birthday present. And we're going to be taking your radio out to, when Bob gets here, to the Devil's Hand. And we're going to do a session out there with it. So
He stated that the government has been responsible for safeguarding the UFO evidence and occasionally entrusts it to a cleared defense contractor for analysis.
nothing new.
Grush, who advocates for the release of the alleged findings to facilitate broader research in the private sector and academia, has reservations about this arrangement. He believes that allowing certain private corporate entities to examine the evidence, gain valuable insights, and subsequently sell it back to the government for profit is entirely.
That's nothing new. There's a lot of things that are contracted out to the private sector. But technically, Grush is not lying there either. There's a lot of things that the private sector does for the government. But also, again, they're under strict, depending on the level of what they're doing for the government. Not everything is classified. But there's a lot of, you know, there's things that not even the private sector is allowed to say. Because if they do, that's one contract you don't want to lose. Government contracts pays very well. Pays very well. So technically, he's not lying there either. She's there too. I need that chapter in the Bible, in the playbook.
Highly unethical. Grush, the ex-intelligence officer, argued against the common belief that advanced UFOs are inherently kind due to a logical fallacy. He acknowledged that there have been mostly harmless encounters with alleged UFOs over the years, but he also pointed out evidence of aggressive behavior, such as nuclear site probing, suggesting a malevolent nature. Viewing these incidents from a humanistic perspective, they appear negative. Regarding the question of...
Again, now that part, that's all secondhand information. He said he's never seen anything firsthand. So that comment, all that comment is all from secondhand information. Which again, I've told you guys that everybody, not maybe not everybody, but a lot of people have heard certain stories in the military, private sector. You guys yourself have heard stories that could be true or not. So again, he's technically not lying.
Of whether UFOs have harmed anyone, Grush stated that he couldn't disclose classified information that would reveal certain US operations. However, he mentioned that individuals who were briefed on the matter informed him about malevolent events resulting in human injuries. Additionally, Grush revealed that he had come across substantial evidence of white-collar crime committed to conceal the covert UFO programs. In his interviews with officials, he learned about...
No offense. It's not hard to find crimes that's really been done by governments, private sector. I mean, that's not really hard. Honestly, how many people you know who cheat on their taxes? Come on. It's not hard to find white crime. I'm sure everybody have faults, taxes, and stuff like that. So he's technically not lying. Your companies you work for, how many things they've done that's technically in the gray area? How many things that the city of Seattle probably has done that goes above the gray area? You can find white crime in on almost anything. Anything. So honestly, that's not really a far stretch. And even though now he calls it a crime, technically we never hear. We always hear, well, there's going to be investigations on it, but we never really hear outcomes. A lot of these investigations, and even if you hear something of an outcome of an investigation, how do you know if that's even true? What we're hearing?
Killings carried out over the years to maintain secrecy. Grush expressed his discomfort in repeating the details of these un-American actions. As of December 17th, there remains a lack of concrete evidence supporting Grush's accounts. Rather than presenting reliable first-hand information, his supposed evidence has not propelled us forward but rather hindered our progress for years. This outcome is perhaps to be expected when aligning oneself with Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp.
Somebody on Reddit got so mad at me with this video. So mad at me because of the Jimmy Corbell in it. Listen, these stories that I put out come from actual articles. These stories are not made up. These are stories from articles that I feel that let me show you guys this. And I know I showed you guys this before, but I want to get some of you more of an understanding. Again, I don't even have to even do this stuff. I just do it on days I don't really do a show. And all these stories here that you see, Area 51's conspiracy, unveiling David Grush, unveiling Area 51 Bob Lazar, celebrities who have intimate encounters, these actresses and there's some actors in there who have said they have sex with ghosts. Pamela Stonebrook says she enjoys sex with aliens. Stephanie Faye Cohen, a psychic who says she has had babies with these aliens. Suzanne Brown, who says she has hybrid baby. David Huggins says he lost his virginity to an alien. Twin sisters, Andre and Debbie, says they've both been abducted together. Actress A.B. Bella claims she's been having intimate. Women who have sex with aliens. David Rudman is as a person that Bob and I personally know that says he's seen a couple family members being abducted. Ming claims he slept with an alien. Dan Aykroyd's story. Goldie Hawn's story. A person who says they have survived a succubus. The Westfall UFO incident. Mark H. says Villa Boas. The Dogman story. The Duluth Dogman, a graphic encounter story. And of course, the story that Bob and I have told about our Bigfoot encounter and our Gettysburg story and the Devil's Hand. Now, beyond my story of Gettysburg and the Bigfoot encounter, all the rest of these stories come from articles. And I look for articles that maybe you guys haven't heard, maybe their take. And I put them as stories so you guys can hear them. So all those are actual stories. So when people get mad at me, what's your proof on Jeremy Corbell on that one video that I did with Bob Lazar connection? Where's your proof? These are articles. Some of these from New York Post. Some of these are from real high-end websites. I get them out there because some of these stories are not told. And I am working on a Jeremy Corbell story with the help of some people. I don't know if he wants me to mention his name. That's helping me with some links and stuff. So I won't mention his name. So I won't. I won't. It's up to him if he wants to mention names. That he's giving me some links of some videos. So when I do put out the Jeremy Corbell story, that story that I'm going to be putting out this weekend, it's going to be a mix from okay. Hey, I just didn't, hey, you know me, Ron. I don't want to put names out there that is helping me with that, because that Jeremy Corbell video I'm putting out are going to be from different stories putting together, because I'm trying to put in a timeline of Jeremy Corbell from the beginning to the end. So to do that, because most story you find of Jeremy Corbell is what he's talking about now. So I'm doing the story of how he got famous to where he's at now. I'm trying to put that together, and I called Ron, and Ron has given me some links because he understands what I was trying to do. Because it is hard to find a story that goes from A to B, and got to do it in a minute time frame to do that kind of a video. So I'm putting that together. So these stories here come from actual sites, actual stories in New York Post, websites. So I hope you guys enjoy those, and like I said, I put those out when I'm not on. Plain and simple. So again, guys, listen to me. I don't know if I'm doing a show tomorrow because Bob's going to be flying out to Seattle. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to get done. And Christmas is, of course, Christmas Eve is Sunday. I think Christmas is on Monday. Oh my God, I don't even know what day Christmas is on. So Christmas is on Monday. So it might be a good chance that next time you see me live, I'm working out with Bob. Is doing a live session maybe out there, or maybe we'll film it. We'll have to decide how we're gonna do that. So next time you see me might not be until after Christmas. So again, people, everything that's been happening in this community, maybe just say going forward from this show, let's just forget about the bad bloods. Let's just forget all about that. Let's just, like I said, I'm going to take the mods and stuff, and I'm going to do a clean slate. And maybe just make Bob and Dean and P a woman and a guy, so I represent both sexes, because that's the kind of guy I am. I represent both sexes. And just do a clean slate. And that's everybody out there. Christmas is coming up. Let's just all do a clean slate. Let's just forget what happened. Let's just take the bad bloods, take what the crap that's been going on, sweep it under the rug, and let's just move forward, because we need each other. We truly do need each other. And I wasn't lying when I said earlier that it's bad enough that we have a public that's not open-minded to the stuff. And the last thing we need is people within this community fighting against each other. It does nobody any good. So if my advice means anything, just move on. Listen, my brother and I, we're brothers. We get into fights. We have. You guys seen it. But you know what? There's a time when you guys say, fuck it. What has happened, happened. Life is too short. Life really is too short. Screw what happened. And let's just move on. And I don't know. I know it sounds corny. Hug the person. If you have an issue, email the person. If you have their numbers, of course the phone's the best, but listen, we're not going to give our phone numbers out to everybody. I can't sit here and have everybody calling me. I can't. But there's ways to find how to get a hold of that person. Email that person, text that person, however you do it. Maybe create a private StreamYard link. Talk to each other behind the scenes. Because we all need to get to a place where there's got to be no more fighting. So again, coming on Monday or maybe Tuesday after Christmas, I'm cleaning up the wrenches because wrenches to me has just gotten people too much in trouble, and too many people are getting mad about who's blocking. I really don't care. So if you guys listen to what I say, just love each other, man. No, that sounds corny. Christmas is Monday. Just, you know what I mean? Clean slate. Let's all just do a whole clean reset. Get all the anger's done. Listen, some people know in the chat that I got some real reasons to be angry at some people. More than you think. I got some stuff that I should, but you know what? It's not worth it. People, it's not worth it. I'm just telling you right now, it's not worth it. Just, again, be cool with each other. Because we need each other. We're stronger together than separate. All right? If that means anything to anybody, that means anything to anybody. As of now, as of my show, if you have bad blood against somebody else, let it go. Because if you don't let it go, I'm going to come back and I'm going to sing the song Let It Go. And let me tell you, all your cameras, all your speakers are going to break if you hear me sing Let It Go, let it go. Trust me, you don't want to hear me sing Let It Go. You don't. You don't. So let's forget what's happening. Let's move on. I love you all. And guys, again, have a Merry Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas. Because Dr. Wu's flying out here, I'm going to end the show with the Dr. Wu intro that I created when I was doing a news kind of a chat on the past. So I'll see you guys not next year. I'll do some shows. I'll see you guys after Merry Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas. And I end the show with Dr. Wu's intro. Scotty doesn't know.